I was not paying attention. We are back. Um, I don't think I switched the game over. Um, Professional streamer chat. What is manufacture mode? This game is still being updated to a trade station instead of the vortex. It will then output a brand new shape type in return, which you'll need in order to supply the next tier station, and so on. Okay. Okay, cool. I don't think I'll need that, but we'll figure that out. Um, I haven't played in like centuries, so we're just gonna create a new one. Um, this is okay, so acquire your operator badge, regular. This standard scenario, safe for everyone. Okay. Hexagonal is crazy. Think at this time we do regular? Oh, really? Let's do normal, I suppose. Map generation. I think we're just gonna leave all this default. Yeah. So, just for clarification, I'm switching over to Shapes 2 for the one reason that for some reason Shapes 1 kept crashing after level 18. So, oh, excuse me? You need to go somewhere over here. And then we have the extension. So, what are you trying to get me to do? Okay, you want me to go here? You want me to do that? Okay. This looks like it gives me... Okay. So that's going to take 4 buildings per full belt. Good to know. Because, yeah, 60 per. And that is 15 per. Yeah, I don't actually need mergers for this one, which is super useful. Actually, hang on. I didn't realize these were 20 per minute. It works. What happens with these? They just vanish? Okay. Now we're gonna rotate these. These are just gonna vanish. We're just gonna send that through. Okay, what if I just... That could work. So regular is just milestone 4. Um, yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I don't know if I like that, so let's start from the beginning and do the easiest mode because I actually kind of want to see just how far things can go. Operator badge. Um, that's not gonna happen. Oh? Oh, that is so cool. I didn't know that was a thing. Let me, that's not the right one. Wait a minute. There we are. We just have to wait. Things get awfully slow early on. Neat. Okay. Oh yeah, I need squares. Okay, that's fine. We almost got the squares there. Oh wait. Alright, problem solved there. Oh cool, I didn't know that worked. Um, Here's what I'm gonna do. Do that. Nice, okay. Okay, cool. Alright, so one milestone that I absolutely want is this one here. Oh, right. There we go. Alright, Stacker's only got 10 items per minute. Wait, before I do that, there we go. Oh, wait. There we go. That should solve that problem. That's not actually solving that problem. That should solve that problem. Alright, so I want to say this will do that. This will do that. Alright, well, never mind about that. Perhaps I changed that up later. Alright, complete side tasks. Let's do cutting step by step. Ow, that's squares. Oh. Alright, well, that's not gonna work. There we go. And then I think I'll do this one over here. That's 10 per minute. It's unfortunate the cutter doesn't exactly split just yet, so you can go straight there, you can go straight there, you can go straight there. And then something like that. Okay, that's fine, I suppose. And we'll just go with that. There we go. And then I suppose I'll just do the same thing here where it kind of just sends those through. I don't think I want, actually no, I definitely want belt speed. Belt speed kind of gets on my nerves being so slow right now. So thankfully it's now 90. Once I get it to 120, this gets a little bit easier to manage because I don't need all four of these. Can't only have one there. I have two here. Um, let's see. Okay, that's not gonna work. Alright, what if I do this? There we go. Now that'll split between there. Then I can take this and push it under here. I can take this, push it up here. Take that. Another one of these. There we go. Oh, wait. That should go there and not have one under there. These should all go into here. I didn't realize I was actually slowing that down. And then we do this. And that should work. Then I think I'll take these circles and attempt to make the weird bottom pieces I need. That's not the right thing. Alright, cool. Now I need to cut the double circles in half again. Cool. So let's have these go side by side. I want to say these need to be cut Let's see. This is fine, kind of. Let's do that. Uh, this needs to be placed back here. This is okay, I suppose. I should do that instead. And then this needs to get cut one more time. And then this can go across here with some of these stackers. And then this can go across here, where this can then anchor into here. And that needs another pyramid. Oh, right. There we are. And the reason I'm fine with this is because, whoops. These should then be split again. I want to say maybe this will work? No. And we'll do that. It'll be slower, but it's fine. Okay. So now I need to put half circles next to those. Before I do anything with this, however, I should probably cut these. Oh wait, I didn't know the extractors increased with the things. That's cool, I suppose. If I'm correct though, these actually need to be 180 degrees. And then this can be like so. This can be like so. We'll get rid of that. And we'll deal with that. Wait. Oh, yeah, right. It's because you can't actually throw things away. So, Okay, cool. We now need to go to the single things here. Take these out. Um, let's actually rotate these like so. Then we're gonna split this in half, where these are gonna be two more rotations. Actually, yeah, we'll do three there, I'm pretty sure, because it is splitting this in half. Then I'll take this, and we'll do that. Okay, now I just need to cut these squares in the weird looking shapes down a little more. And that's all I need to do. Oh, I also need to remember to complete the milestones. I have not been completing those for some reason. Um, these are here. These get cut there, so let's rotate them here. Push these in. I'll take these out, cut this. Looks like we need to rotate it twice. Sorry, 3 times. And then that's good. Um, as of the double squares, I think those need to turn into singular squares. Which, I suppose works, so I don't need any of this anymore. Instead, what I'll do is rotate these twice. Push this under here. And then push this under here. Oh, right, let me combine those correctly. Alright, we have upgrades, belt speed, stacking speed, cutting speed. What if I doubled my belt speed? And then cutting speed goes from 20 to 30, so I don't need too many of those, only 40 of them. That means I'll need even more stacking, but that's fine. Yep, I know. This is going to be slow because I actually need to upgrade it more. Let's see. Oh wait, I'm pretty sure I only need 4 of these. And then these are still 10, so I actually need to double the production of this. Now I need to stack these circles before they get over to there. Thankfully, I think 6 of these will do since the speed up. There we go. Apparently I can upgrade more entry points, that's good to know. I suppose stacking speed can go up. Nice. Blueprints are not unlocked yet. I assume that's a new milestone. I just completed the pyramid, which means I don't need it anymore. And that frees up half of those squares. Thinking about clearing everything and making sure everything's up to date. Maybe I'll upgrade things one by one though. I could also finally unlock buildings like this to just shorten things a little bit. Super useful. Let's see, we'll start over here. This is pushing those. So let's actually push these in a way that's better. Okay, so the first thing I need to make sure of is that these get cut down twice. This is 30 per minute. These are pushing 120 per minute, so I need 4 on each side. That is 8. Then I need 1 thing of rotation. And this time I'll also do the opposite thing of rotation. and we'll cut it again. This one needs one more rotation. All right, this now needs a full circle on top of it. So let's sidetrack a little bit. There we go. All right, so now we have these. Oh, wait, you know what I just realized? I actually need those to be stacked. So instead, what I think I'm gonna do is push 8 of these here. This will be into here. This will be into here. And this is actually just gonna cross into there. And we're gonna do the same thing over here. So now we have that. There we go. Awesome, we have blueprints, but I'm not actually gonna worry about blueprints just yet. So what I actually want to do first is we'll move these back into the center. So this is going to be 120 per second. And that means I need 8 of these. Oh, cool. I can actually mirror it and all that. Ah, okay. We'll just do that because this can work like that. Um, these, I'm pretty sure we're supposed to go like that. Is that 8? Oh, I see. That's gonna be problematic. Instead, what I can do is this, possibly. I can do that, maybe. Um, I can do that. This will go here, and this will go here. That works. Oh, wait. I don't think 8 of these is what I need. That's 15 per minute. 30, 60. 60 is 4, so yeah, 120 is 8. I'm correct. Then I'm almost done with that. Almost done with that. And I'll start blueprints later. Oh, wait a minute. I don't need this one. Oh, wait, yeah, that's the one I just finished with, isn't it? So now that needs to be cut in half. Instead of placing a full circle on it, it's right here. There we go. Oh, wait, I could have just. Never mind. It works either way. I can also buy some things. Like stacking speed, for example, that could cut things out. Alright, looks like that's done. We don't need that anymore. Could also buy the cutter, and that'll actually split them. I can use both of them. The swapper, which is like the cutter but better. The stacker bent. Overflow splitter could be useful later on. Let's get trash. Um, the cutter, and then stacking speed. And if I'm correct, This isn't actually needed anymore. This isn't needed anymore. This also isn't needed anymore. And that kind of narrows down what I need by a lot. Actually, as a matter of fact, this isn't even needed anymore. The only one I need is that right now? There's no way. Yeah, because I actually don't really want to get to blueprints just yet, so let's make a more efficient version of that over here. And I think what I'll do is I'll kind of follow the border of this wall. Alright, what I want to do, I suppose I'll take the cutter, and it looks like it takes in 22, wait, is that an entire belt worth? No, it's an entire thing worth, so 4 of these. Okay, I, and then I definitely should have got the 180 swapper, but that's fine. These 4 will go over this way, where I'll have the top part ready. Um, these are gonna get turned one time. Oh, alright, these are gonna get turned one time. And then I want to say they're gonna get cut, but some of these are just gonna vanish. And this needs to stack up with these squares down here. This would go on top of whatever this creates, so let's do that. That's 20. 6, oh, that's 80. So this is 60. Means 120 is gonna be 6. We'll do that, but in actuality, I need to take these and cut them in half. Then we'll do that. If I'm correct, one of these actually gets split in half. Oh, right, but then, yeah, that takes over and it's technically the same. This is 140, that's 140. This is double that, so we're actually just gonna take these out. And then perhaps I'll have some kind of overflow gate there. Actually, I could really get away with just having one of these. Because then another one of these could then split further. And then I rotate this. This should be on the bottom. There we go. That solves that problem. And I realistically could do the same thing here. It might just get a little bit larger. So we're gonna say turn this like so, this like so. And then this needs to go like that. This needs to go like that. Forty, 80, 120. Okay, yeah, that's problematic, isn't it? Let's actually get this to look right. So this needs to be at the bottom. Okay, that's better, I think. Why exactly? Hang on. Oh, it's a little funny, I suppose. Oh wow. I actually finished getting what I needed in the process of getting it. 180 rotator for sure. And this just means that I genuinely don't need anything at the moment. Let's see. Milestones. The next milestone is to claim the badge. I think what I want to do first is get the upgrades. So let's go to, or the tasks, sorry. I need this weird looking thing. Oh wait, let me actually. Okay, cool. So what I want to do first is I think I want to take 4 of these. We have this. And then I suppose what I'll do is kind of take these and push them to the edge there. I could get away with having this as a spare. Okay. I actually don't need half of these. 120. Oh wait, yeah, never mind, I do. Okay. So that's gonna be correct. That's correct. That's correct, and for whatever reason, I need 2 there. And then this has to get merged. We're gonna say across 8 of these, because 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 120. Okay, only 6 of them actually. Do that. Oh, wait. That's right. That's not gonna work. Okay, so then we're gonna take these. It's 120. And I now have this. I just need to merge it with a bottom square. Which, if I'm being completely honest, I'm 9 times out of 10 just gonna have like some extras. Because this is enough for 120. As long as I can get, like, that's already bottom. Wait, you know what I just realized? That's already. Yeah, that was already there. That's why that was weird. This one can go there, there, there. Gonna take more of these mergers. I might actually just kind of push this forward. And we're just gonna leave that for now. Over here, I think what I want to do is push the remaining 3, honestly. So we have 90. Let's see, it's 22, 44, 66. Close enough. I'll just consider it to be 3/4 of that, which is 90. What if I do 3 of these? Bottom? Wait, 4 of these will actually be bottom. And then 2 of these I can afford to. I'll just push all of them bottom, I suppose. And then this needs to be, yep, right there. Let's do this, and then let's see, 6 of those is that, so 4 of these for here is probably enough. And then we'll just do that. And then we'll head over on the opposite side for these, because I don't feel like messing with leftovers when I need an even amount of both. Take that and cut it into 4. Same deal here. Take this, cut it into 4. I need to layer a circle on top of that. That shouldn't be too hard. Alright, if I want to lay a circle onto that, actually we can keep that there and break that. That's going to be 6 of these. There we go. Easy enough. Okay. We're gonna head back over to here. I just need to rotate these once and then split them again. But I want to say, yeah, that'll actually take quite a bit. 8 of these, I want to say. Do I have enough space for that? No, I have enough space for like 7. So we're gonna have to combine them, rotate them, and then split them again. I want to say perhaps these I'll rotate upwards, and these I'll rotate downwards. And this way I can split each of these, and it'll have their own separate paths. This looks like it's just gonna head over here. Actually, I want to say only 2, so that'll do that. Something like that. We'll take the 2 stackers here, and then we'll push that in there. And that should essentially split them in half easily enough. Okay, if I can get these all to match those like so. And then I need these all to match the bottom piece, which is this. Easy enough. I then need to take this and then put it over there. So let's just then I think we're gonna flip it. And we're just gonna break that because oh, I didn't know that was a thing. Anyway, what I want to do is maybe I'll do the top ones on the top again. And then I'll do bottom ones on the bottom. That could work out pretty well. Okay, then I want to say I can take these and just stack them, probably. But let me figure something out first. Alright, I just need to throw yet another set of circles onto this one. That can't be too hard, of course. There we go. Wait, what if I go like this? Wait, right, let me do the math real quick. So this is default. This then gets split into two. I'm pretty sure that means this also needs to be split in two, right? Like, is there actually any chance that this can connect properly and not get too overfilled? I don't think so. So we're gonna have these go up and then connect this way. And then these are just gonna connect this way. Well, that doesn't need anything there, but that needs something there. And then I can probably do something here. Because these line up with these won't work together, and these won't work together. So this has to go over here to the bottom of these, this has to go over here to the top of these. So let's do this. And then this will move down here. And then back up here. Perhaps. And then I can just do this. And then I can do this. Then I just need to get the same system to work over here. Right away I'm gonna break that. And the reason is because this is gonna have to attach here. Because this is gonna be too much. Alright, we'll place these here. And then these here, like so. And then I'll take this, push it, uh, somewhere. I want to say, oh, I'm gonna have to push these above those and then move it down because that's too many. So then this can go here, and then this can go here. And then we can have this bridge upwards because that's the only way that's gonna work. And that legit just needs another circle on top of it. And well, you've all seen it before. There we go. Wait, I'm not sure why this says yes and this says no, but we're gonna figure that out later. For now, I need 12 of these. Maybe I do 6 there, then 6 there. This will go across here, most likely. This will go across here, this will go across here. And then this here. Oh, I lied. What actually needs to happen is these need to go on the bottom. And then this, let's see, this can go down here and then over here. This can go like so. And then we have an absolute mess. And my agreement to not make spaghetti belts is dismantled. Okay, now I need an additional circular piece. And it's unfortunate because this is where the extra is. I want to see if maybe I can get that. Yes, I can. Awesome, okay. So it might be possible to, let's say we move this over here. And then we do 2 more of these, one right there, one right there. We're gonna do that because this then needs to go over top of there and over to there. And then right, nice. We now have this unlocked and I just need to double that up. I'll do that in a second. First, I need to take this and I need it to go there. And that is, yep, that's correct. This one is going to be unfortunately complicated because I actually need to repeat this again. This entire the entire circle area actually needs to be repeated again. I'm just gonna take that, do that. Okay. And then, nice. All right. It is safe to say that this isn't needed anymore, but I'm just gonna keep it for now because, yeah. Um, Here's what I can do. I can take these out. This can go this way. This can go this way, the same way. Um, these give me those circles. I just need to throw them into here. Okay, what if I do 6 of these? And then we'll do 6 more over here. And then There we go, just like that. And then I need this. I can't actually unlock that. That means I'm just gonna have to drag it around. So, oh, I forgot you could also chuck them in there from there. Um, well, yeah. My promise of no spaghetti belts has definitely disappeared. I suppose it's fine. And then what's crazy is eventually I'm actually gonna have to take these, layer them on top of each other, and then layer them on top of the squares again. But that shouldn't be too hard either. Let's just wait for all of those to go through. And while I'm at it, I could unlock cutting speed. Oh, that might work. Could also unlock the swapper, which could be super useful. There's also the stacker bent, but I still don't understand what the purpose is. Because it's kind of just like a stacker that you can't line side by side. There's also labels. Um, let's see, I have 16. I could definitely take advantage of not needing so many cutters, but I also want the swapper quite badly, so let's get the swapper for the next parts, because it's going to be super useful. We've almost got this done, and then it just needs another one of those. And that's going to get extra complicated. Sort of. Actually, no, it's not. Let me start preparing for it now. Alright. Um, we're going to take out those. And the reason I say it's not going to get too complicated is because um, oh. So, about not too complicated. Uh, Okay, so I suppose first I could get 4 of these. Um, I want those to all be these here. And then I need to take these, except that's the most I can do on this side. Um, Technically not even that. Let's see. I can do something like this and turn these back into the center. Then I need, wait a minute. Yeah, okay, so those are the top half ones. Wait, that's problematic. You have the top half ones, and then you have the non-top half ones, which should be bottom half ones. Okay, cool. That solves that problem. Uh, these will just go this way. I could potentially do that, right? Uh, maybe, maybe not. Oh, wait, I see. Okay, yeah. Yes, I can. Okay. Let's do it this way. I'm gonna take these, and I'm going to take these. And the reason I want to do it like this is because this needs to go up top. Okay, and then I can, there we go, unlock. And then what I'm gonna do is take this, chuck this here, and then chuck that there. And we're just gonna do that. And that should start piling up ASAP. Upgrades. I'll get the final thing I can afford for cheap. And then I'll do cutting speed. That should be also going into there. We are almost finished. Milestone 3 will be after this, and I suppose what I'll do is I'll get milestone 3, and then I'll call it a stream. We have things going in like crazy. 2 times speed on the 1 pinned task, which is awesome. I should potentially try and get the other pinned task a little bit faster, but I think we can work with it for now. What I might end up doing is, once I get this, I'll clear out the entire factory, and then I'll use the swapper to properly make a factory with the bottom piece. Or the bottom task that I have pinned, I should say. But that's because, like, the entire left half of my factory is 75% things I don't need. A lot of garbage. Half of my factory is feeding the one that I just completed, though. So that's important to note. Right, we got 6. If we go to upgrades, cutting speed, and it also does change the swapper. So now I'm going to destroy half of my shapes factory. And we're going to take advantage of the swapper and start pushing the next upgrade path. Alright, so what I want to do is, I suppose I'll bring these up here. And that's going to be that. The belts are 120 something per minute. Well, this is going to be swapping that, so I need 4 of these total. And the problem lies here. I need to figure out just how I want to do this without it getting too complicated. Oh wait, never mind, I have an idea. And then I can just chuck these in here. I also have, yeah, I forgot about the launchers. I haven't even been using those. Alright, so we now have this. And if I just rotate this, I want the circles to go up. So if I do this, oh wait a minute. That isn't gonna work, is it? Okay. What if I have the circle go down? What happens then? Okay, that happens. And I suppose that works. So yeah, I'm gonna start working on the milestone 3 then, since the swapper kind of makes this way too easy. Yeah, that was easy. And I suppose that is the last pinned task, so I'll just kind of let it push upwards and do its thing. Although it is kind of crazy slow right now. It'll live. I'm pretty sure before I get to milestone 3, I have a few more things to do anyway. I could honestly afford to make a second one of these too. That's the crazy part, is this factory's kind of cheap. Alright, what if I... Oh, right, okay, that all goes that way. Oh, wait a minute. If I'm correct, that kind of cuts what I have in half. That doesn't actually make production better. Um, what would make production better is, something like this? Although I don't know. I think what I would have to do is actually push this there. squares would go up there. There we go. However, it does unfortunately look like I was too late. So let's take this out. Alright, so what I want to do next is I kind of want to put these on top of squares. Actually, hang on, if I do this, I can then just do that and then push that through. Easy. But then I need another circle factory. First we're just gonna cut the circles. We'll just place all these like so. Oh wait, what if I actually take advantage of this up here? We're gonna do this. And then we're gonna do that. And then okay, we have actually hang on, let's take these out. I wanna see if I can't get it to work in a very specific way. Okay, so that would be those two. Okay, so it turns out it's just not gonna work that way. Can I get these to be the same? No, but I can do that. And look at that, we got the final one over there, so this can finally be destroyed. So what I want to do is make sure that this is the bottom one. Okay. Okay, that is above something. And then this one should be the top one. And then, let's see, it doesn't matter which one goes on top. So, I suppose then the only problem is that they're on opposite sides. So I think what I'm gonna do is these are gonna gather here. These are gonna, nah, it's not gonna work. Alright, so then these will gather out this way, and these will gather out this way. Okay, so that's the bottom for that side. That's the bottom for that side. And let me also do that. That can go away. We'll do that. There we go. Now we have those getting pushed through. Oh, I didn't even realize these weren't even getting pushed through yet. I must have accidentally destroyed it when I destroyed half the factory. And if I look at milestones, oh, this just goes on top of this apparently. We'll just do this. Oh wait, actually never mind. Is this entire part will actually change when I get to that? Oh? Shape goal has been oh, okay, just one. Alright, and I have unlocked pretty much everything I can now. Eventually that's gonna be a thing, but not yet. As a matter of fact, so this way I can prepare. Alright, about 8 more to go. And just like that, we have the final part being made. That was quite easy. I suppose I can just push that in there, because I don't need 2 of them. But there's no sense in cutting the factory in half just yet. What is pushing this to go so slow? Okay, there we go. It's back to normal again. Since, the only thing we can really do is wait. I'm noticing the way the shapes fling into the center. It kind of matches with the music. I've been staring at that the whole time. I just thought that was interesting. But we have about 440 of the shapes left to go. I'm tempted to see about expediting the process, but I don't know. Might not be worth it. Oh, wait, hang on. I have a really strange idea. What if I just. What if. Is this gonna work? Could I also potentially, like. Oh, maybe not, because for some reason I used those. Yeah, no, for some reason I used those and it wouldn't line up correctly. But once this starts filling in, we end up having double production speed. Now the real question is what happens first? Double production speed or completing milestone 3? Because it looks like we're a little bit behind on actually getting double the production speed. You know, what's this? Oh, decorations. We have labels and stuff? Seriously? Oh, that's so cool. I don't know what I need it for at the moment, but it's a cool thing to have. Okay, that's shift 8. Okay, cool. So what is this? Oh, I can bind blueprints. Awesome. Anyways, we've completed that milestone and we can claim the badge now. Oh, now we get to select regular or hard. Um, I think for the time being, we're just gonna go regular. And then it brings me here where it wants me to place things somewhere. Like over here. However, I think it's about time to call it for the stream. Um, oh, there is like dyes and stuff. I don't actually have access to. Oh, I can't actually put colors down. Okay. And I think what I'll do is this one over here. What if I put the platform over here? Because, this kind of limits it. We're gonna do that, I think. And then I'll throw this probably in here. Oh, cool, I can. Awesome. So what if I do something like this? Okay. These, in that case, maybe I have to do this. Yeah, don't know why that didn't work. Oh, it must be too close to the thing there. Okay. And then we're gonna do that. What if I do the... Oh wait, actually, hang on. What if I do the downwards rotation? Okay. And then we'll do this. Okay, no, it has to merge, unfortunately. There we go. And we'll remove these because I don't need them. There are squares and circles kind of further out. There's a lot of things further out, actually. I can kind of appreciate that. That means I can actually kind of break those down later on and have a bigger center platform. And there we go, we're doing that. And then if we go to tasks, there's a few other things I can do. However, I think it's about time for me to call it a stream. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and save this game. Head back to the menu. Did I perhaps name play 2 called operator badge? I want to say the most recent one I played, right? Okay, that's map generation, so we're just gonna call this one shapes with the 2 as the Z. And if I hit play, it is in fact this save file. So things are now expensive, and I think personally that's a future stream project. So I will see everyone in the next one. Oh, there's like trains and stuff? Oh, that's so cool. Okay, cool. Whatever the case, um, I'll see everyone in the next one. And until then, goodbye.